Yo 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 yo.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Tuesday.
And we have Jess Hilarious here with us. She's not our special guest host. She doesn't want to be called a special guest host.
She don't want to be called a special guest co-host no more?
Just a special co-host.
Just a special co-host.
Just remove guests.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. It's groovy, ain't
All right.
it?
It's groovy.
Okay, you showing that head,
You know I love my Jess Hilarious.
Yes, I like it. Thank you.
I got a haircut, that's why. Yesterday I ain't had no haircut. So that hairline was right here yesterday. You know what I mean?
But you look nice. You look nice.
Thank you.
Yes. You
Skin glowing? You ain't saying nothing about the skin, though.
I know your skin is mad glowing. You know, it's always pretty.
It's Vaseline.
It's always
That is not
pretty.
no Vaseline.
That is Vaseline.
That is Dr. Natasha Sandy polished products, baby.
It's Vaseline.
Look, you're right. You're
Okay.
right. And look, I can only vouch for it because I just recently visited her. And I got my chemical peel. I'm getting my skin done. But listen, you should have prepped me a little bit more.
Why?
Look, Natasha Sandy, she ain't to be played with. I walked in there, right? And she was like, "You smoke?" And I was like, yeah, what's up?" And she was like, what do you smoke out of? I was like, "Backwoods." She was like, "Yep, I can see it all in I said, "Yeah, I'm going to go to somebody else." F this.
Wow. That's why you need to smoke joints.
Yes, she will look at you and she can pick apart your face literally and see what you're doing, what you're not doing. She said you eat way too much dairy.
Yep.
All this. I'm like, damn, she was reading my life. And that's the first time somebody ever read me and it was true.
And it's dairy in Backwoods.
Nah,
told
that's
you that
not what it
yesterday.
is. It's
Yes,
not
it is.
that.
I know dairy in no Backwoods.
No,
No,
it's not.
it's
Just
not.
say anything.
Yes, it
it's
is,
not.
man. I just want you to stop smoking Backwoods with its dairy in it.
There's no dairy in no
I'm not.
damn
I don't
Backwoods.
smoke them no more.
What you smoking now? Papers?
Yeah.
Oh, you be lying.
I know. That sounded
Just
like
lie for no reason. Look me dead in my face and lie. Talk about yeah.
Well, she got a bag full of cannabis this morning. So
Yes,
she's
some good
excited.
cannabis,
That's
yeah.
right. So she's good this morning.
Okay.
All right. Now, who do we got joining us this morning? We have the brother Jamal Bowman.
Yes,
joining
Congressman
us.
Jamal Bowman. You've
Yes.
probably seen Congressman Jamal Bowman lately in the news. He got into it with a congressman from Kentucky over guns. He got into it with Marjorie Taylor Greene last week over. I don't even remember what they was arguing over. But we'll talk to him about a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot to discuss. And then LeBron James. Lakers are out. Did you watch the game?
No, that game be on too late. I watched the first half.
Yeah, I
Then
watched the
went to
first
sleep.
half, and they were up by 12 in the first half or something like that?
Ron had like
48.
30 in the first half.
Yeah,
20 something in the first
31
half.
in the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll discuss that as well.
He said he might retire.
I don't think so.
He said that?
That's what he said last night.
He said, I don't think so, though. I think he wants to play a year with his son.
Yeah.
His son ain't gonna be in the league till like 2024.
2 years.
That's a long time when you're 38.
He's still dropping 48, though.
That's a long time when you're 38.
He's still dropping 48, though.
You've been in the league 20 years.
All right, well, we'll get to all that when we come back. Front page news. And Teslin Figaro will be joining us, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Jess Hilarious is here, of course.
What's up?
And let's get in some front page news. Now, I want to start off with the homie Carmelo Anthony. After 19 seasons, Carmelo Anthony has decided to retire from basketball. 6 All-Star games, he averaged 24.7 points. He had a total points of 10,000. Just amazing. The only thing he was missing was a ring.
What happened, man? You got caught up in reading like Jess?
Ain't no damn
I
no.
didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I didn't say
No,
that.
I was just looking at all his accolades, and I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything that he did from the Olympics to everything. But I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. But the only thing he didn't get is a ring.
I mean, Melo one of the best to ever do it.
Absolutely.
One of the greatest offensive players we've ever seen.
Absolutely. Now, question: Who should retire his jersey?
The Knicks and the Nuggets.
He was number 15 with the Nuggets, and Joker's number 15.
Oh, that ain't happening. They just have to put something in the rafters that say Anthony. that number 15 is only going up for the Joker. You ain't even got to worry about that.
Now, also, the LA Lakers were sent home yesterday. The Nuggets beat the Lakers 113-111. They swept the Lakers, and this is what LeBron said after the game.
I like to say it's a successful year because I don't play for anything besides winning championships at this point in my career, and I don't get a kick out of making a conference appearance. I've done it a lot, and it's not fun to me to not be able to be a part of getting to the finals. But we'll see what happens going forward. But I don't know. I got a lot to think about, to be honest. And just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball, I got a lot to think about.
I don't think LeBron James is the greatest player of all time like some of y'all, but if you want to argue 2 on down, I'm fine with that. But the man is absolutely one of the best to ever do it. So to me, this loss doesn't help hurt his legacy.
No.
Like he said, he's been to the Western Conference, Eastern Conference Finals a bunch of times, or Conference Finals a bunch of times. So, it don't help or hurt his legacy to me.
I do think he's going to stay 2 years. I think he wants to play with his son, and I think that's his goal.
Well, he said he contemplated it. We cut it off, but he said he's contemplating it. He said he has a lot to think about in regard to his future in basketball.
And to all the kids out there that's listening, Joker was second round pick. He was picked 44th. So there was like 44 teams that had the option to pick him and pass. Didn't think he had what it takes. And now he's probably one of the best in the league.
And he's
now.
badly built. You drop on the clues bombs for all the badly built people out there, man. Badly built people don't get enough credit. You know what I mean? And Joker can represent for all the badly built humans on the planet.
What you mean? Hold up.
He need a BBL.
He need a man?
Yeah, he need a BBL.
Oh.
But he's one of the best in the league by far.
Now,
probably the best player in the league.
Now, Tez, good morning, Teslin Figueroa.
Good morning.
Let's jump right into it. Senator Tim Scott.
Yeah, Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina announced Monday that he is seeking the Republican nomination for president in 2024. Now, before the senator pitched his vision to America, his voice pitch was actually trending on Twitter about how he started the speech. Let's take a listen to what he had to say about America and oppression, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
But also, in the words of Tim Scott or Uncle Timmy, he also gives his all for the great state of South Kakalaki.
Hello, North Charleston! And today,
what the hell was that?
I'm living proof that America is the land of opportunity and not a land of oppression.
Let's go, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
North Charleston, 843, what we doing? Drop on the clues bombs for South Carolina, damn it.
That's South Kakalaki,
Okay.
sir.
I don't say South Kakalaki.
Does anybody say
You
South
don't say
Kakalaki?
South Carolina?
Back in the day, we might have used to say that. I don't say South Kakalaki. I don't like it.
Well, a couple of recaps of the speech just quickly. He went on to say that America was not a racist country. He said no CRTs and more CRTs and more ABC, no CRTs and more ABCs. He said refunding the police. And also there was a moment where his mic went off. He was about to tell another lie about what America was not. And the mic shut off for maybe close to a minute. So the speech was very interesting to watch. And regardless if I agree with his views or not, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. He is not an orator. I mean, it was just a lot of awkward moments. I don't know if they spent a lot of time rehearsing or not rehearsing or what, but it's going to be interesting to see if, how he proceeds during this time.
I already told Senator Tim Scott bring his ass to the Breakfast Club.
Is he going to come?
Well, him and Marco Rubio, they was on Zoom with us one time.
Yeah,
I think that was during COVID.
They stopped through during COVID.
But I told him that you running for president, you need to come up here and talk to the people.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Teslin, we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Absolutely.
Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are open again. 800-585-1051. Call us up right now. Get it off your chest. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, Andy, what up, man? Hello, yo.
Lo, what up? Get it off your chest.
What up? Yo, Charlamagne, what up? Yo, listen, man. I just thought of all these haters talking about LeBron. Like, no.
Yeah.
Man is all the shit like what he used to do. Of course, he ain't no Jordan or Kobe, but, yo, he changed the game, man. There's all these non-basketball players talking about this guy like he's black. Yo, the man is older, bro. Like, he can't do it by himself, man. Like, this man is black.
Hey, I love what you just said, though. He's no Michael Jordan or Kobe. As long as we can say that we can have any conversation.
But he
the
said,
man is 30 years.
But he still changed the game, though, bro. Like, of course he's not. He's his own entity, but he changed the game.
Right.
You got to get the man his taps, yo.
Yo,
Like,
but why do we act like somebody like...
When you're on top, you want to kick him down. That's your life is
But listen,
human beings.
but I'm with you, but why do we act like somebody like LeBron not supposed to have haters? With all LeBron's success comes those critics. Yes.
he's saying, why I gotta be you?
I'm not a LeBron hater.
Oh, okay.
I just don't got him as my greatest of all time, but I acknowledge him as a top 5 great all-time great.
He's definitely
Okay,
one of
top
the,
five?
He's definitely one of the greatest. I mean, the fact that he's 38 years old, scored 48 last night. He leads the NBA in scoring. He has an amazing assist record, amazing rebound record. He's something that we haven't seen before.
But listen, here's the thing. Somebody like LeBron James is supposed to have haters. If you don't have no critics, you don't have no success. Yeah. With all that ultimate success is going to come ultimate hate. That's just the way the game goes.
I even like the Space Jam. Everybody was like, but he ain't really do.
You're going too far, Jess.
He ain't do good. Well, Michael Jordan wasn't exactly Denzel Washington in the first one. So we gonna act like, what you mean? The Space Jam was all right.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is LOS from Georgia. Good morning. I just want to follow up from yesterday. Say, Envy, I appreciate everything you do. Rick Ross is a freaking fool. I don't like him for saying nothing about you.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Be blessed.
All right, brother. You too.
Just talk about thank you.
That was so wholesome. Yes.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, what's up, Envy? This your boy Dingo.
Dingo, what up, Dingo?
Dingo, Bluey brother.
Hey, what's good, Charlotte? How you doing, man?
I'm blessed, black, and highly favored. Say what's up to Jess Hilarious.
Jess, how you doing, man?
I'm good, baby. Thank you.
Oh, you are so beautiful.
Thank you. Yes, I do. Thanks so
Dudes
much.
be thirsting over Jess. I be seeing these comments. I'm like, y'all wilding on Jess. Why y'all love Jess so much?
Hey, look, I can't help it. Jess is fine out
Why
there.
you hating on Jess, yo?
Thank
She's the finest comedian I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Why you
I'm
hating on
blushing.
Jess? Did you hear? I don't know why they talk about Jess like that.
Why? Because she's so, and that, when she get to talking with, don't know how to say her P's and all that, I'm telling you, boy, that's...
Okay, all right. That's what you call for. What's up? What you need?
Envy, bro. First off, I got a package that I sent to y'all, so y'all should have it in y'all mailroom. Please check for it. I appreciate it. Also, y'all gotta relax with this with Ross, bro. I don't know what's going on with Ross. Actually, I do know what's going on, but it's getting out of hand. For real. Like, this dude, wow, this is doing too much. Envy, I understand. You a burglar like me. So we gonna go in. But I just need you to maybe take a step back, be the bigger man, and just, because Ross, he on some weird stuff, bro. You in a whole different level. I don't want you to stoop down to Ross's level no more, bro. You just take it easy.
How come when I say it, it's how you need to pick a side?
It's the delivery.
But when I say it,
It's the delivery.
when I say it, Charlamagne, you need to pick a side. You know what I mean? Yes, take a step back, brothers. Breathe. You know what I mean? We don't need none of this no more. It's gone too far on both sides.
Good morning, Breakfast Club.
I'm a
How y'all
Virgo.
doing?
Hello, good morning. I'm a Virgo. What you want me to say? I'm a Virgo. That's what I'm going to say. I'm a Virgo. Get it off your chest, bro.
This is Uber Mike. Hey, two things this morning, real quick.
What's up, Uber Mike?
Can you make Jess Hilarious a part-time permanent guest host on the show?
What do you mean a part-time permanent guest host?
One.
Because it's a treat when she keeps coming back. I don't want her to stay there and we get tired of her. I want her to come back off and on.
You ain't got tired of me and Envy in 13 years.
That is facts.
Or maybe y'all have. I don't know.
Maybe a little
I was gonna say, don't speak too fast. But okay.
And one more thing, Jess.
Yes. What's
What
up?
do you got against the Prius? I heard you talking about the Prius back in the day. What you got against my Prius?
She can't pronounce peace.
Back in the day,
You don't like Prius?
Prius?
Yeah. It's a car.
No, I know what it is, but no, I didn't say I didn't like them. I said I wouldn't drive them. I said I seen a couple Mexicans hop out of one, and I was like, damn, how they all fit in. That's what I said. I ain't say I didn't like them. I just it was too many people in one.
Before Priuses, though, Mexicans was jumping out of smaller cars even before the Prius.
Y'all have a blessed morning, though.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Oh my
yeah, but they was. It was a bunch of Mexicans that jumped out of
All right.
Prius.
That's always been a thing, though. It's
What?
Like,
Mexicans jumping out of Prius?
What are y'all
not
talking
Priuses,
about?
but just
But a bunch of them.
Yeah, a bunch of them in one small car.
Yeah, that's why I love
I
them.
mean, that's
because
always been a thing. What are y'all talking about?
That's always been a thing.
Mexicans, they like to be around each other. A lot of them, they huddle.
Yo, I hate
And-
y'all.
They do.
Get it off your
Very
chest.
community-based group.
800
Salute all the Mexicans out there.
585 If you need to hit us up now, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's a new day.
This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up!
Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
This is Roy from the 901.
What's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Man, I just want to get off my chest, man. Last year, I was fired by the South Haven Police Department for pulling over Grove Hero. Somebody I went to school with, somebody grew up in the neighborhood with. And me and my partner was fine, man, just for pulling him over, and it went viral on social media.
So you a police officer? You pulled somebody over and they fired you?
Yeah, I was a police officer. I pulled somebody over, and they fired me.
You ain't telling us the whole story.
Yeah, what's
you ain't telling us the whole story.
Did you illegally pull him over? Yeah, that don't sound
No. My partner made the stop. He called me on the phone to pull up and assist him. It got out on social media. It went viral. It wasn't a negative stop. It was positive. And it got out on social media, got back to them. They fired us for it.
Was your partner white?
Nah, he was black.
Oh, all right.
Sound like there's more to the story.
I know it. That's why I'm not even paying him no attention, because you're not telling us the whole story.
It wasn't more to the story. You can check it out on pretty much all platforms.
If you didn't do anything wrong and you just pulled somebody over for doing something wrong, there's no way that they have legal rights to fire you. You would be in the union. Your union would be yelling, screaming, hollering, and all that.
Yeah, but see, we didn't have a union. We didn't have a union at all. I fought and fought and fought. I'm still fighting it, actually.
What police department don't have a union?
We didn't have a union. It's Mississippi.
It sounded to me like you was making a citizen's arrest, sir. Are you really a cop?
I don't think so. Sounds kind of crazy to me. Hello, who's this?
Wow.
Hello?
Yo, what's up, this Terrence, man?
Well, what's up, Terrence? Get off your chest.
Hey, man, first of all, man, shout out to the brother, because you know I love y'all, man. Hey, number one is, before I get into what I've got to say, man, shout out to Jess. Jess be doing her thing. But I think y'all need to find a way to put her and Claudia both up there. Both on fire, and I respect it. So, shout out to you. I just want to get that off my chest, though. And then number two, man, I want to say, man, my girl broke up with me because, man, I never want to have sex when I'm period on. And I'm 34 years old. It's just not my thing. And I don't know why. It's like the second girl I had an issue with. Not one upset that I don't want to have sex when I'm period on.
Jess?
Well, listen, that must be some fine penis, because for you to even want to be touched on your period is sick.
Really?
Like, I want you far away from me. And then not the whole time. Like, everybody does not experience moods on their menstrual like that. Like, get away from me. But when you're like, bloody and you're cramping and you don't want a man to even you don't even want to be exposed to a man. So I don't know what you're doing.
What I thought.
What about on light days?
That's what I thought, but this is only not even a
yeah, we can go. But no, not even if she's spotting, not like she ain't gotta be bleeding. What about?
Yeah, but I just think we can wait. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm a grown man, and everybody say I'm being childish. It's just not my thing, you know.
And it should
but
be
we
no
going
one's
through
thing.
it now because I just don't like it.
Yeah, well, don't like it and don't do it, and then break up with her if she keep on asking.
Well, she broke up with him anyway.
Well,
So
and another thing is, a period fart is horrible, and she done fart on a period, and this smell horrible. Like, I don't want to have sex with
What the
a
hell is
period
a
on.
period fart? I ain't never heard no period fart.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. Don't look over here. Y'all looking over here like, yeah, what's the you
period fart?
No, I'm just saying regular fart and watch you on a period.
A period fart probably look like a baby reveal.
The red just
splat off.
I know, God.
Jesus.
A period don't stop nothing but a sentence, by the way.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got rumors on the way. What we give us a little tease, Jess.
Lance Rivera confirms Jay-Z didn't stab him during the 1999 club altercation. He was supposed to stab some. Oh, I remember that. Oh, all right. So he didn't stab him.
You were 7 when that happened.
I was 7 and I remember Jay-Z was supposed to stab somebody.
Oh, my goodness. We'll get into that next. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
See how they set you up? See that?
Setting you up.
Remember you made fun of me the other day because I didn't have my stuff in front of me?
Watch how I do it.
They just want to clown you for not knowing how to read.
That's right.
I don't like that. I know you know how to read.
We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to Jess with the mess.
Jess with the mess. So my news is real.
This is the Rumor Report.
So my news is real.
On The Breakfast Club.
Ooh, honey, it's ghetto up in here.
Good luck, Jess.
All right, so before we get to Jay-Z and them, because that's pretty juicy, Oakland Street to be named after Tupac. Now, this is just personal for me. Y'all gonna probably look at me like, what? I didn't know that he was not from Baltimore.
I thought he was from Baltimore.
Nah, he was born in New York. Tupac.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know he was from. I didn't know he was from New York.
Yeah, he was born in New York.
Pac was born in New York, yeah.
Okay, so he's born in New York, and then he spent some time in Baltimore.
A lot of time in Baltimore, I believe.
Yeah, a lot of time.
His formative years, I think.
Yeah, so that's what I think, because I never heard anything about that. So growing up, I just thought that he was straight from Baltimore. So I've been, like, you know, being a gangster, like, yo, we got Tupac, and we got Tupac. That's what I thought. But he's getting his Oakland street named after him, you know. The street Tupac used to live on in Oakland is being given the honorary name Tupac Shakur Way.
I'm shocked that it's not more streets on the West Coast named after Tupac
him already.
Yeah, I feel like Tupac should be competing with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. when it comes to streets all across the country.
Hold up.
I don't know about that.
You know, everywhere I'm just saying,
lot, man.
everywhere you go, there's a street named after Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Well,
The way people love hip hop culture, I would think there'd be a lot of Tupac ways.
So why isn't it? We got any streets named after Biggie? Like we ain't got no Biggie Boulevards.
Nah, I'm sure there's in Brooklyn. I'm sure there's a Biggie Street or Biggie Boulevard, Notorious Way or something like that.
There is Christopher Wallace Way or something.
Yeah, Christopher Wallace Way. I think it is.
Okay, all right. True Tupac fans know that Pac was actually born in Harlem. See, I just knew that. You know, I think Envy wrote this. Then eventually moved to Baltimore where he stayed. So he was a teenager and then moved to Marin City in California. All right, cool. That's what's up. I think that's dope.
Yes, and Biggie does have a street named after him.
Christopher Wallace Way, I think, right?
Is in Brooklyn?
Christopher Notorious Big Wallace Way.
Yeah.
Ooh. Imagine living on that street. You can't even say it. It's so long. All right. Former music executive Lance Rivera insists that Jay-Z never stabbed him in 1999. So he said he never stabbed him. I think it's so funny because allegedly, I guess Jay-Z said that he did or something. Back in 1999, Lance Rivera, better known as which I don't know why that's his middle name. Why would you do that? Was stabbed at a party for Q-Tip. Is a former music executive, whatever, known mostly for his close association with Biggie.
That's right.
All right. For years, there have been several different stories about what happened that night at the club, who stabbed
You're just trying to prove you can read.
But on paper,
we got
absolutely,
audio.
that's what I'm saying.
Because we got audio.
But on paper, Jay-Z was believed to be, I don't want to listen because I don't understand what them niggas be talking about, so I ain't really trying. I mean, I'll let y'all decipher, but I'm going to read first, Envy. Jay-Z was believed to be the person that stabbed him. At the time of the stabbing, Jay-Z maintained that his innocence.
We get it, Jess. You can read.
Well, he said it in the lyrics. And Kill Jay-Z, he said in the lyrics, he said, the actual lyric is, you got a knot in your chest, imagine how a knife hurts. You stabbed over some records. Your excuse was he was talking too reckless. So he talks about that in Kill Jay-Z.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he mentioned it a couple times.
Yeah.
You want to throw to the audio now?
We can throw. Matter of fact, how about you throw it to the audio then? How about you throw it to the audio? Go ahead, throw it.
Was Jay-Z the one that actually stabbed you?
No. Jay-Z was not the guy who actually stabbed me that night.
But Jay-Z was there when you got stabbed. Was actually in front of you when you got stabbed.
It was like, yeah. Me and Jay-Z had a conversation right before I got hit in the head with a champagne bottle.
Well, what did he tell you?
He just kept saying, you broke my heart. You broke my heart. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know where people got Jay-Z stabbed me from. Because if anybody knows Jay-Z, Jay-Z's a nice guy. And it's never been his history.
Hey, man, salute to DJ Vlad. Dropping the clues bombs for Vlad, because that Lance Rivera Vlad TV interview had me in a chokehold all weekend. I feel like I watched all 73 clips of that interview.
That is crazy. So he said he never did. But this the thing. Like, do you think something like that could be, like, paid off? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's been so long ago. I mean, I don't know what's true and what's not true. I just know it's a very fascinating conversation.
But he did say we was talking, and you broke my heart.
Well, they all from Brooklyn, and they, and Lance used to run Biggie's record label.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure they were all a tight-knit community. I mean, he was Biggie's partner. He was the one that, had Little Kim and had Caesar, had Junior Mafia. So they probably all knew each other. So I'm sure it was something different than just whatever it was.
Oh, it was over the boot. He thought they said that was bootlegging Jay-Z's album. It was I think it was volume 3. Another thing that said in there too, he talked about how Nas told y'all what it was on Ether when he said your man stabbed on it, made you take the blame. I don't know.
Wow, damn, and they just talking about this just all over lyrics and stuff.
But I love that interview, man, because is in there talking about like Biggie's creativity.
Well, we have that too. We have some of the clips too about something. He talks about Biggie.
I honestly, as much as I know and as many people as I speak to, I honestly don't know who killed Biggie. Do you feel like you know who killed Biggie?
Yeah.
Can you say it?
No. I'm going to tell it on the series.
Okay. But you feel confident you know who did it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I did my research.
Okay.
And stop blaming Suge, because nowhere in Suge's story has always been beat them up, them up, drag them. In this story, there's no kill him, shoot him, was shooting Suge. All these guys was puppets, scapegoats. Bigger plays were involved with them when it came to this hundreds and billions of dollars in money, man.
Why are these conversations so fascinating to me? It's like Greek mythology at this point when you hear those stories.
Because this is all real. This is information that we don't even seem like we would ever find out. That's why.
That's why when you meet people from that era, people that was actually there, you just find yourself going down a rabbit hole of conversation with them if they willing to talk.
Well, there was no social media back then, so the only time you got information was the news and Angie Martinez and Wendy Williams back then. So you never got the full story. So now that these brothers are telling the full story, you want to hear. You want to hear all that information.
I tell Angie Martinez that all the time. People that have had conversations with Biggie and Tupac, actually interviewed them, they're just like, that's beyond iconic to me. Because they don't even seem like real people.
But so many of our fallen soldiers, whether it was Big Pun, whether it was Old Dirty Bastard, whether it was, Michael Jackson, those conversations are the ones we didn't get to hear because there was no social media. The internet just was started at that time.
Right. Guess what?
What?
AI about to make it. AI about to bring all of them back.
And something as serious as this, don't keep putting in rumor report for me. Do this when y'all got another co-host or something like this, because this is very serious stuff.
I thought we wasn't having no more co-hosts.
And then, that's what you just said.
Y'all doing it to the end of the year. So until I make a choice.
Just like I wasn't even born when all of this was happening.
I didn't even get to meet Jay yet, man. This is crazy.
Oh my goodness. All right. When we come back, we got front page news. Cezlin Figueroa will be joining us. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Our audible pick of the day is The Space Within. Jessica Chastain, Bobby Cannavale, and an all-star cast are on board for this supernatural audio thriller. Listen when you sign up for a free trial at audible.com/Breakfast Club.
Good morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We have Jess Hilarious here as our co-host.
Thank you.
And let's get in some front page news. Let's start off with sports right fast. The Nuggets beat the Lakers 113-111. Now, LeBron said he doesn't know what his future looks like after he was swept.
I like to say it's a successful year because I don't play for anything besides winning championships at this point in my career, and I don't get a kick out of making a conference appearance. I've done it a lot, and and it's not fun to me to not be able to be a part of getting to the finals. But we'll see what happens going forward. But I don't know. I got a lot to think about, to be honest. And just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball, got a lot to think about.
I mean, I don't think last night helped or hurt LeBron's legacy. I think LeBron is already home. He's certified. You know what I'm saying? And I know LeBron gets a lot of slander. I don't think it's warranted. If you want to debate him being number 2 on down after Michael Jordan, let's go at it. The only thing I push back against is that he's the greatest of all time, but he is still LeBron James at the end of the day. And with all of that success will come a whole lot of hate.
That's right. And last night he scored 30 points in 48 minutes. He had 10 rebounds and 9 assists.
Damn.
So at the age of 38, he's still busting ass.
Yeah.
Greatest of all times.
No, he's not.
All right.
He's one of them. He's one of the GOATs.
He's one of the GOATs. Yeah. And it's fine. There's a herd.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He just ain't the GOAT, but he's 2 on down. I'll debate.
And we also got a salute to Carmelo Anthony yesterday. He announced that he's retiring from the game of basketball. So salute to him.
Peace to the God, Melo, man. Mm-hmm. One of the greatest offensive players of all time.
Of course, we love him in Baltimore.
Oh yeah, he is from Baltimore.
Yeah,
Baltimore and New York. He claims.
Yep. He claims us both. So yeah, what's that?
Now let's get into some front page news. Cezlin Figueroa, where you want to start?
Let's start with Twitter. Verified Twitter accounts shared a fake image of explosion near the Pentagon, caused a lot of confusion. Thanks to Elon Musk for allowing everybody to buy a blue check on Twitter and new AI technology that we've been talking about consistently here. A major Indian television network, Republic TV, and a Russian news outlet called Arce reported that an explosion had taken place near the Pentagon and showed the fake image on the air. Let's take a listen and talk about it on the other side.
Somebody posted using an account that they claimed was linked to the Bloomberg news organization, posting that AI-generated AI generated image, and claiming there had been some kind of explosion at the Pentagon. That then got shared across multiple other verified accounts. We saw it on other platforms too. It looked quite coordinated, but we don't know right now who pushed this.
This is only the beginning.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
I've said it a million times. Y'all can't even handle fake tweets, but y'all think y'all can handle AI and fake misinformation like this? Wait till 2024 when the presidential election really kick into high gear.
This is gonna be a problem because everybody's gonna do things like this as a joke.
Yeah.
So I can see you're gonna see more shootings. You're gonna see like sports games. They're gonna say it's explosion, it's school. So this is gonna be a big problem. I don't know how they correct this problem because anybody can make a Twitter page, anybody can post anything, and by the time they realize it's fake, the damage is already done.
What do you do when you hear AI?
And let's talk about the damage quickly. The stock market actually took a brief dip because of this yesterday. So this was an actual real consequence that came with this. Once they found out that it was fake, they did go back and retract the story. But again, the stock market dipped as a result of a fake image. And, Instagram also is following that trend of everybody buying a blue check. And I know there's been a lot of talk out there, celebrities are just mad because people can buy blue checks. No, it's bigger than that. When you have an organization claiming to be a media outlet and they're sharing this and then it got retweeted over and over and over by other media outlets, it can be a real problem.
Yeah, and what do you do when this AI and a world leader says they just fired a nuclear weapon? You know what I'm saying? Them nuclear weapons could get over here in like 25, 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, you think our elected officials have the smarts and the wherewithal to figure that out within 25, 30 minutes on whether something is real or not?
No.
You just don't know.
But not only that, when you start playing with things like the stock market, think about it like this. If I know that I could do something fake, it'll dip the stock market, and then I could buy that stock, and then by the time people think about it's fake and the stock shoots back up, you're going to be making millionaires, billionaires, and all types of things. So that's another game that people are going to be checking.
Down. I need to go ahead and do that. Real quick. Yeah. Give us the game, Ghost.
My goodness. You got another one? We got time for one more.
Okay, great. South Carolina Governor McMaster, he looks forward to hunting down Democrats like dogs.
Jesus.
The Anderson County Democratic Party issued a statement Sunday, May 21st, following Governor McMaster's comments during Saturday's South Carolina Republican Party convention. He said, "I look forward to the day the Democrats are so rare we have to hunt them with dogs." He also said the same thing in 2018. Now, in a response, his communications director said that Governor McMaster has been making this joke at GOP conventions for years, and everyday South Carolinians understand that it's a joke, and if South Carolina Democrats no longer can bear the lighthearted jokes made at their expense, then maybe they should focus their energy on winning and not whining.
Yeah, that is just some South Carolina country rhetoric. The people that really should be offended, or not people, but the creatures, dogs. Because dogs are always getting put in stuff like this. I'm going to hunt you down like a dog. A hit dog will holler. Every dog has its day. You know what I mean? Like, why are dogs always getting put in situations like this, man?
Men are compared
dogs
to dogs
and witches.
like that's the worst animal ever.
Yeah, men get compared to dogs. Like, what if dogs are the most faithful creatures? What if dogs don't cheat?
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? What if dogs don't cheat on their mate? Why y'all calling cheating ass men us?
Right.
You are crazy, Charlamagne.
It's crazy.
Poor dogs.
Well, they're offended by it. They don't want to be, being hunted down like dogs. So they feel it was a racist trope. So,
do you have a dog?
How can it be a racist trope when it ain't just white Democrats?
Well, because the majority of the Democrat Party is black, and they
majority of the Democratic voters. You mean
the majority of the Democrat Party?
Even the party now is black. The majority.
No, the majority. Keyword majority.
I didn't know that. I didn't know the keyword. I didn't know the majority of the Democratic Party was black.
Yes, the majority of the Democrat Party is black. The majority of Democrat voters and the Democrat Party is black.
I know the voters.
That's why Joe Biden told you if you don't vote for him.
No. I know the voters, but I'm talking about the party, like the administration. The majority of Democratic administration is black.
Well, I'm not talking about the administration. I'm talking about the voters as a whole.
Oh, the voters. Okay, got you.
Yeah, the voters as a whole. The majority is black. I mean, obviously, and then the words they like to use, people of color. I mean, so when you talk about hunting somebody down like a dog, and particularly, in the South, you forgot how they would take dogs and hunt down, black folks.
Yeah, I just took it as he was saying that he hopes, Democrats, people stop being Democrats, and it's just rare to find them. That's how I took it as.
Well, you from South Carolina, so I guess maybe you understand.
You already know.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Now, when we come back, Jamal Bowman will be joining us. He's a U.S. representative for New York's 16th Congressional District. That's the Bronx. And Tez, you're going to stay with us, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to kick it with Jamal Bowman when we come back. So don't move. It's the congressman from the Bronx. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
everybody? It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Of course, we got our guest co-host Jess Hilarious here.
Yes, indeed.
I'm not a guest no more. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. We have Jess Hilarious here, and of course, Teslin Figaro, who's with us each and every morning. And we got a special guest in the building. He goes by the name of Jamal Bowman.
Congressman Jamal
Bowman. And I think you should start the show by really getting into Charlamagne. The way he talks about your district, which is the Bronx. Usually, I mean, he told me the craziest people come from Florida and the Bronx, and there's no way you should let him talk about your district like that, because you represent the people.
The congressman knows that. That's why he is in the position he's in, to try to clean it up and try to make it less crazy.
But he also catered to the Bronx too, because he bought a little person from the Bronx in here with 8 teeth.
Yes, he did. The other day, he found a stripper from the Bronx.
Yes, he did.
A male stripper.
So he used y'all for what he wanted to use y'all for.
I mean, so real quick, the 16th district, yes, includes the Bronx. The Bronx created hip hop, so that's the reason why we all here.
Perfect.
So we got to uplift the Bronx there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, look, before running for Congress,
yes,
I know you was a total different person. Who was Jamal? just Lil Mal.
Jamal from the Bronx.
And then you got Jamal. Who was Lil Mal from the Bronx? You know what I'm saying?
No, pretty much the same dude. I mean, prior to running, I was in education for 20 years.
Okay.
I started out teaching in the Bronx at an elementary school in the South Bronx off 166 and Sheridan Avenue. Did that for about 6 or 7 years before becoming a high school dean and guidance counselor at the MLK campus near Lincoln Center. Did that for about 3-4 years, and I realized that, you know, the education system wasn't really, in my opinion, unlocking the full potential of our kids. So I wrote a proposal to open up my own school, and I submitted that to the city. And in 2009, we opened up our own school in the Northeast Bronx, right around the corner from Boston Seacourt projects, across the highway from Co-op City. And I ran that school for 10 and a half years. And yeah, I just took my experiences as a student, which were, you know, to your point, you know, a lot of trouble in school, suspended multiple times, all of that. Took those experiences as well as my professional experiences and just implemented it in my school as part of the curriculum. Like just rooting the curriculum in knowledge of self. Yeah. Making sure our kids learn their history and their culture and their creativity, and express that through project-based learning. Because when I was in school, I ain't learned nothing about my history. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything I learned about my history came from the You Must Learn song by KRS-One. One song was like the whole curriculum. You know what I mean? We learned in school that like our history started with slavery. That's right. And that our ancestors were traded for spices like that. But we don't learn about like, you know, democracy in Africa and our contribution to building the pyramids and how Europeans came to us to start their civilization. Like we don't learn all of that. I just took all that and that's how I ran my school for 10 years. And then after doing that, it was like, you know what? You know, I saw an increase in like self-harm with kids, like an increase in a lot of mental health challenges with kids in my school and in the community. And the year before I ran, 34 kids died within the K-12 school system in the Bronx, and 17 died by suicide. And many people saw when the kid Junior got jumped. I don't know if y'all remember.
Of course.
So the kid Junior, and that was mistaken identity. So on social media, jumped Junior, killed him. But right in Co-op City, 14-year-old girl was, you know, bullied in school. Right after school, she goes to the top of a building, jumps off, kills herself. Right after school, in front of everybody. And then right up the street in New Rochelle, 2 girls get into a fight. One pull out a knife, stab the other, kills her. And no elected official was making a connection between the trauma that our kids go through and the policies that we pass in Washington.
That's right.
Like if you historically underfund schools, public schools, if you redline communities on purpose, if you don't provide job opportunities, entrepreneurship, don't invest in black business, if you don't do those things, and at the same time you bringing in crack, you bringing in, you know, harm, people are going to harm themselves in their community. So for me, that's why I ran. I ran because of my students, my kids, and I wanted to bring just that voice to Congress. And you know,
how do we clean that up? We talked about all those things. How do we clean up? What's your plan to clean that up? Because we see that not just in the Bronx, we see that in every borough in New York City. We see it all around the country.
Every hood. Yeah, well, we see that. One thing black people got in common is poverty, right? We got to invest. We got to spend money, not just in the public side, but the private side. So when I'm calling for reparations, it's not just about repairing the harms of history. It's about repairing the harms of right now. Because when you look in poor communities, especially poor black and brown communities, you look at life expectancy, when you look at wealth inequality, when you look at education, now every metric you use, we at the bottom. and that's because of the historical harm. So we got to spend money. Some have called for up to $16 trillion in reparations for black people because of what has happened. So I support that. I support cash payments. I support other aspects of that, investments in housing, education. I mean, just take one policy. I'll just take one. Mm-hmm. Right after slavery, we were supposed to get 40 acres and a mule.
Correct.
We didn't. Lincoln was killed. New president came in. Congress passed something called the Homestead Act. So basically, when we expanded out west, most of that land went to white people, native and foreign born. Land is the foundation of wealth.
Absolutely.
And they have been building that wealth ever since, in addition to other policies that continue to support that, while we have been underfunded. So the short answer is money. The I guess more immediate answer for us is our own pursuit of knowledge of self and our own greatness, and investing in each other and building our own power.
One other question.
That's a short thing.
A lot of people say that, especially in New York City, they saying bail reform is a good thing and it's a bad thing. They saying it's a good thing because people that, do low-level crimes and don't have the money are getting an opportunity and a chance. But also they're saying that it's a bad thing because a lot of these people are repeat offenders and they keep doing the same thing and they know they can come right out. What's your thoughts on that?
So that's exaggerated. Most of the people who have benefited from bail reform do not commit crime again. Mm-hmm. So that's very exaggerated, and that's media driven. We need criminal justice reform, right? Yeah. Like we got people in jail for very minor things, right, and they are in freaking cages. And we need to understand that. You put somebody in a cage, you animalize them. Like, I've never done a bid, but I went through the system. The minute you in a cage, you gotta shift to becoming, okay, let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me make sure I'm protected. And and it animalizes you. At the same time, there are no services in jail to help people struggling with mental health challenges, substance abuse challenges, poverty, illiteracy. No systems in jail for that, or very little. And there's nothing outside for that as well. So when I talk about the underinvestment in communities, that's part of it. So you want to talk to me about crime and public safety, talk to me about anti-poverty programs, talk to me about jobs, talk to me about education. Most of the people locked up have been identified as having a mental health challenge, substance abuse challenge, or learning disability.
Right.
Most of the people locked up, and we're not doing anything about that. And that's why, I'm an educator and I'm biased in this way, but we need massively more investments in education. Yeah. For smaller class size, better programs. Whatever they do in the best private schools, our kids in public schools need to be getting that.
All right, we got more with Jamal Bowman when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We have Jess Hilarious and Teslin Figaro joining us for this interview. We have U.S. Representative for New York 16th District, Jamal Bowman. Tez.
You mentioned you called for reparations, and a lot of people are confused on what that actually means. Explain the difference so people can understand the difference between a resolution and a bill and what you're actually calling for. And in addition to that, how they can even help you on the local level, like what we see with reparations task force and so forth, in order to give you the muscle, if you will, to be able to push those things forward.
Yes, so thank you for that question. Shout out to Corey Bush for introducing the resolution. So a resolution is a vision statement. It's a vision for what we want and where we need to go. It's a vision statement. What comes from that resolution are multiple pieces of legislation that will be introduced to support parts of the resolution. Does that make sense? So correct. Initially, resolution, vision statement. The vision is we need $14 trillion for reparations because of boom, 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 boom. Now from that, okay, how do we get there? One piece of legislation could be something that focuses on housing and land. Another piece could focus on universal health care. Another piece could focus on free college or whatever. Another piece could focus on cash payments. So that's what that is. So it's not a nothing burger. It's a vision statement, just putting a line in the sand. HR 40 is a bill looking to form a task force to study the need for reparations. I support HR 40, but I think it needs to evolve. The first time it was introduced, I think, was like 41 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, by Representative John Connors, rest in peace. So 40 years ago, maybe we needed a study, but now we have a lot of data that already tells us right, we got to do something about this, right? And so I support that, but we need an evolution. What my office is working on and other offices are working on are legislation related to reparations. Now, to your point about local elections, there have been counties and cities, and even the state of California, which is probably the biggest one, that formed a task force to study this in state. And they have come up with, X amount of dollars that need to be paid to black residents of California due to reparations. That would be dope if it was done in every state, in all 50 states, and at the federal level. And to your last point, none of this happens if people don't get engaged in democracy and in the political process. I understand why people are disenchanted from politics because the shit never worked for us. Yeah. But it's like a paradox. It ain't going to work for us until we make it work for us. And I'm a living example of that. I ran against someone who was there 31 years. He was chair of a powerful committee. No one thought he had money. No one thought we had a shot. But because we organized on the grassroots level and knocked on every door in my district multiple times for a year, people came out. We were able to win that election. Now you got someone who's the first person of color sitting in that seat, first black man ever sitting in that seat, speaking what I'm speaking. We need that in every corner of the country, every district, every state, because the biggest issue is low voter turnout. So we could turn Texas blue quick, easy. We could turn, if we turn out. We could do the same thing in Florida. We could do the same in a lot of red states. All the things we want, reparations, child care, universal pre-K, investments in education, healthcare. That only happen if you get the right people in office. Yeah. If we don't get the right people in office, it's a wrap. And you'll have one senator, Joe Manchin, shut the whole thing down. Like if Manchin went with Biden's agenda last term, and I'll stop on this, we would have had universal child care. Yeah. It means free child care right now. We would have had universal pre-K. We would have had paid leave. We're the only developed country in the world without paid leave, which is crazy. Right now, affordable housing, crazy. You can't find affordable housing. $400 billion was in this package last Congress. We couldn't pass because of Senator Manchin and Sinema. So yes, you're right. Like engagement, deep engagement in democracy, we need everybody on deck. Yeah, just follow. I agree that turnout is a problem, but the larger problem is who are they actually voting for? Yeah. And so when people are not turning out, I always try to make sure that I'm not blaming the voter. I blame the lack of bench. You've talked about this before on saying that Democrats haven't done a great job on actually having a bench. You're the only one that's bringing the smoke. Shout out to you, for actually bringing the smoke like you've done with Green, like you've done with Thomas Macy, like you have really challenged people in a very loud way to make sure they understand your position. So one of those things is more just a statement on how, can we get more people that they actually want to vote for? There always will be more people that do not vote than do vote. But where are the candidates and how are those candidates being able to move forward and getting the support that they need in order to run? Yeah, can I say one thing to that? Yeah, absolutely right. I agree with that 100%. And what you highlight is a disconnect within the Democratic Party. You have the traditional Democrats who want to keep things traditional and only communicate to the people who vote all the time. And then you have people like me, Cori Bush, AOC, Ayanna Presley, who want to transform the party and politics in our country. And we know we got to engage in communities that y'all have ignored for decades. So you're absolutely right. If we do that, you find candidates who will rise up and be like, you know what, let me give this a shot. And then you'll inspire people. One of the things I felt when I ran, I was like, I got a shot because I was a principal in this district for 10 years. So I knew like 97%, not 100%, but 97% of the kids and their families like would big me up, would have good things to say about me, and would spread the word based on my record in that district. There are people that we're not even thinking about now, nurses, you know what I'm saying, other teachers and educators, people in communities who may have thought about doing it but don't really know how. And the more we organize, the more we discover those people and find good candidates.
Do you ever feel alone? And what I mean by that is you're out there disrupting, George Santos. Yeah. I just hear you. Then when it's Marjorie Taylor Greene roll up on you, it's just you. I actually saw other people. I saw AOC tell you she's not worth it. Yeah. In that moment, to me, I'm like, well, damn, it's a black man arguing with a woman. Yeah. I felt like AOC should have pushed you out the way. Absolutely. She should have bought this vote.
Yeah. So, I don't, because, the squad winning in 2018 and how they do their politics was very inspirational for me. Like, because they created a footprint for me to come in and say what I need to say, because they were, I mean, remember, you had Trump chanting, they send them back to their countries, and Trump, the president, was going after them constantly, 4 women of color, and we know why he was doing that. So they were a big inspiration for me even running, and now that I'm in, you know, I'm a part of that crew that is trying to be disruptive in different ways. Even though that moment may have looked, you know, how it looked.
Representative Bowman, it's okay. I'll say it. AOC should have jumped in and you ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. AOC.
If a man is arguing with a woman,
that's right. No, she pops that off on
crazy.
Twitter.
So AOC
that's right.
should
On
step
Twitter,
in.
she's always saying, "Oh, I'm AOC. I'm from New York." Next time, jump your ass in.
I got this.
That's right.
Listen.
That's right. You're not gonna say it. That was a nice political answer, but I'll say it. AOC, bottom line, jump in.
And I got love for AOC, but she supposed to
I got love for AOC too. Next time, jump in. You don't leave a black man out there to argue with a white woman.
That's right.
It was her job to jump in since she say she's from New York. And I just want to give a couple of receipts on Marjorie Greene. Number one, she screamed liar at President Biden during the State of Union. She also followed David Hogg all throughout, ran him down. And then she came to New York screaming and yelling. So she doesn't have the best record when it comes to decorum.
She was a keynote speaker at a white nationalist convention. Like she I believe she visited insurrectionists in jail to make sure the prison conditions were good.
Yes, she did. And
she asked President Trump for a pardon, like potential pardon, just in case it went down that she was involved in January 6th. She's off the chain, but what I always like to remind people, it ain't about her, it's about us. You know what I mean? Yeah. So she gonna say and do what she gonna do. We have to continue to build our political power with conversations like this to continue to engage and inform and bring people in. One point that you made about Biden's bully pulpit, and again, I agree with all of that. What I'm learning is, so when we pass a bill, that money just leaves and goes to states and counties and cities. And if those states and counties and cities are responsive to the infrastructure that's already in place. So if you have a construction company that's been in place for 50 years doing business with the state based on federal contracts, you're more likely to get that money, right? And most of those companies are white companies. So the bill is passed by the feds, the money comes to states and counties and cities, and then they decide on what to do with it. What we've been trying to do is help to build the black and brown infrastructure to go after those contracts and go after those grants. Right. Because if it's not in place, you're going to be less likely to receive those grants versus the Building Trades Association that's been doing business in New York State for decades, sometimes even hundreds of years. And again, this is another manifestation of white supremacy and how it lives in institutions, not just with individual people.
All right, we got more with Jamal Bowman when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We have Jess Hilarious and Teslin Figaro joining us for this interview. We have U.S. Representative for New York 16th District, Jamal Bowman. How can people support you if they want to support you and follow what you're doing out there?
Oh, damn, that's nice. Go to BowmanForCongress.com and please make a contribution to our re-election campaign. I mean, that's always something that's incredibly helpful. And go to Bowman.house.gov on the official side so you can learn what we're doing in Congress and how we could be helpful to you throughout the district. But again, the biggest thing, the black community alone is $1 trillion economy. Hip hop community is even more than that. If we start leveraging that money to help us win elections locally and nationally, we change the game and pretty much overnight, because we've been able to build capital because of our greatness and creativity, right? We got to leverage that capital in the way other groups do it. Because I'll tell you right now, fossil fuel companies, pharmaceutical companies, pro-Israel lobby, they hit my office constantly telling me to do this or this or this on a particular bill. We need that same power for our community. You know what I'm saying? We start using that, it's over, because big money controls politics and big corporations control politics. And that's why we don't take corporate money, because we don't want to be beholden to big corporations. So it's usually individual contributions and support.
I got a couple more questions. Tell me about the RAP Act.
Yeah, so the RAP Act, RAP stands for Restoring Artist Protection, and it's just to make sure prosecutors don't seek to indict and convict only using rap lyrics.
What about these people who really rapping about crime?
Yeah, they off the chain. They should be held accountable. They should be held accountable, but there are people who are in jail right now just for lyrics. Like there's a gentleman, Tommy Kennedy, I believe, in Wisconsin, who was convicted at 17 to life in prison because of rap lyrics and no other evidence at all. Like if you got other evidence, bring the other evidence, and if a lyric connect to the evidence, we get that. But if you're just going for lyrics, and when we look at rap, over the last decade, 500 times lyrics have been used in court. Compared to other genres of music, only been 5 times, and most of them been thrown out. So it's once again targeting, like they did with 2 Live Crew and NWA and Ice-T. So we just want to make sure at the federal level that doesn't happen. But states have to do it as well. Shout out to Kevin Liles. He's been a huge champion of this, pushing this agenda.
You used to rap? Did you used to rap? I know you from the Bronx.
No, man.
Okay.
You sure you didn't rap? Because I seen the video with you rapping with a live drummer at a conference too.
I can mimic. I could, I could spit some Karis One bars to you.
Do you remember the bars that you spit that day?
Which one? Which day?
This was a video. It was a conference, and it was a live drummer. You was spitting.
You was hitting with the drummer.
I spit some of Inspector Deck's Triumph verse.
A bomb atomically.
I spit that. I spit Karis One. You Must Learn. I think I spit Nas. I can. I think.
There we go.
So I could copy rap. I can't rap myself.
But you don't have no bars.
No bars.
Okay, cool. Because I was going to ask you want to be the next rapping congressman or what? What we going to do?
One last thing. We talked a lot about Biden and grassroots organizing and all that. I really, I beg people, I need y'all to begin to have faith and believe in what we're capable of doing, not just for 2024, but for 2028 and beyond. Because this thing don't work unless we stay in the game for the rest of our lives. And again, like I'm a manifestation of what I'm talking about. Like I am proof of concept. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for grassroots organizing, helping to push someone like me there. Now that I'm there, again, we're shifting the conversation. Please help me get 20 more of us in Congress, but also state houses, counties, and cities across the country. Because again, the majority of my colleagues, they just chilling, real comfortable, and they sues collecting their money from corporations, passing laws that benefit those corporations. We need us in there, and the only way to get us in there is to have all of us in there.
I've heard you say, Congressman, this is my last question, that I've heard you say that you're a part of a new wave of elected officials who are revolutionizing the way people look at politics, and I do believe that, but what are some of the old political views that you believe need to be changed?
We need to get big money out of politics. Big money. I mean, right now we have laws in place that pretty much say corporations are people and money is free speech. And when you look at the levels of inequality, that is going to disproportionately benefit white people and white men in particular, historically and continuing. We got to get big money out of politics and have publicly financed elections. Secondly, we need to stop fighting harder for things outside of our own interests. I mentioned those lobbies before, and it connects with the first piece. Again, fossil fuel, pharmaceutical, et cetera, because they got the money and the influence. We usually rock with them, as opposed to like beginning with, okay, Edenwald Projects hasn't received a dime in federal investment in over a decade, and public housing has been disinvested in for 30-40 years. Whereas at the same time, they're not investing in the black developer or the black realtor or they're not doing that, right? So we gotta take the baton from the John Lewis and Elijah Cummings and everyone who came before us. And I think we got to be more radical with it. And by radical, I just mean get to the core truth and tenets of the issue and be loud and outspoken and unapologetic about it, because that's the only way things move. Like Republicans don't win on nothing else but fear and being loud.
That's right.
They don't have the moral argument.
That's right.
They don't have the intellectual argument. They don't inspire no one. They fearmonger, they're loud, and they vote to suppress. That's it. Young people ain't rocking with them. People of color generally don't rock with them. Morally, they don't got the arguments. So we gotta, to me, shit, if I'm here, like, this is the moment to, like, go for it all.
Yeah.
Like, we just gotta do it.
I love how the Bronx comes out every now and then.
Every time we got
Don't say that. Man, they not rocking.
Are you gonna run one day for president? Rep?
I don't know. You never know. We'll see.
You said that. You said it on my late night show.
I did. That was, we'll see though. It's possible. Can I say one thing you said about, you brought up Atlanta. There's a lot of opportunity in the South right now to do big things in politics. And if there's any New Yorkers who are not happy with New York, consider relocating to the South, because the South got a lot happening. And a lot of opportunity in terms of leveraging the black vote and black power to really do something big in the South. So,
yeah, especially in hip hop, especially in Atlanta. You're absolutely right, because now that Georgia will be an early state, one of the things that killed Mike
South Carolina.
South Carolina is first.
But y'all been an early state though.
No, South Carolina first this year.
No, South Carolina's first, but what I'm saying is Georgia has never been an early state, so they're going to be number 3. So now, all of the tenants, if you will, the power in South Carolina, with the Jim Clyburn, there's still room to still grow there, but they've already been in place. The strategy is Georgia's now an early state, and it's a battleground state for the very first time. So now, younger voters, particularly from the hip hop, particularly from Generation X, Generation Z, Y, whatever else in the alphabet, now there's an opportunity where there can be more voice, particularly on the progressive side, because now it's an early state. So it's a lot of strategy. Representative Bowman's actually absolutely right on that. A lot of strategy that can happen in Georgia, and particularly as we move forward.
All right, well, the brother Jamal Bowman, we appreciate you, Congressman Jamal Bowman. Thank you for stopping through.
Thank you for having me.
This is an open house for you, so anytime you need to come on out, come on through.
Let this be your bully pulpit.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for everything you do, sir.
It's Congressman. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club.
What?
Jess Hilarious is our co-host.
What, Jess?
All day. What's good?
Let's get to the room. Let's get to Jess with the mess.
It's Jess with the mess. Am I new? Am I real?
Child, the ghetto.
This is the Rumor Report
Am I new? Is real?
on the Breakfast Club.
Woo, honey, it's ghetto up in here. Okay, so Lil Durk accuses Gunna of snitching in YSL Rico trial. He said that man's hoe. All right, so we got audio. From when the judge basically was, Gunna was basically snitching. And I want to hear that. Let's play that.
YSL is a music label and a game. And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the game.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the game to the detriment of my community. YSL as a game must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
It's crazy how we don't give Gunna credit for being polite.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, man. People don't be saying that to elders no more.
Well, anybody says
So
that.
what are you supposed to say when you
stand?
snitching?
Yeah, when you're on
Hell
stand and
yeah.
you're talking to the judge, you say yes, sir.
Hell
yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
Hell yeah.
Ain't nobody
Not to
say
a
no.
judge.
Yeah.
No, you do
You
not.
to a
already.
judge.
You already.
No.
Not to a judge.
No. So by now we're all familiar with what's going on with the YSL Rico case and all of that. And we know that there's been rumors swarming around whether Gunna snitched or not or whatever. A lot of rappers feel like he did. Some rappers feel like he didn't. Lord Durk shared his opinion and he said this.
You believe that Gunna told? Man, I don't sit up and play games, man. That man told. You should have went in there and kept your mouth closed.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was. I thought you were trying to reverse it. I'm like,
hell no.
I'm like,
I just said I know. I just said I know.
That must have scared you. I'm like, yo, how do you?
Huh?
I'm like, I don't even gonna like.
Hell no. I just never. I follow. I don't know. I never like why I didn't. I don't know. I just don't. And if you rewind this clip a little bit, I looked into the camera and I told you, if you're a rat, I fucking hate you because I love Thug.
And, Dirk was talking to academics on the Off the Record podcast.
Right.
You know what Gunna hasn't done yet? Drop no damn music.
Well, why would he? We see 6ix9ine more than we see him now.
Like he could change, he could change the narrative of the conversation with a hot record.
And be like,
but he got to have a hit record. He has to have a record that people don't care about what he's saying or what he allegedly did, and he goes with it because people still don't know because we haven't heard Thug's side. Like nobody from Thug's camp said he snitched or he didn't snitch, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know if he got permission from Thug or if this was something that they worked out together. So we honestly don't know. So
that's right.
That's
why he should just drop music. You drop music, you change the conversation because we live in a very deriding culture.
But I
Absolutely.
think that Thug would let somebody know if he gave you know what I'm saying? I just don't know. I think that we don't know things for a reason.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And that's just is what it is. I also want to say I do not like DJ Academics. Let's just get it. All right. Snoop Dogg is victorious.
I understand what you're saying.
I can't
Jess.
stand. Did y'all even see how you try to antagonize Lil Durk a little bit? Like, oh, I thought you got scared. Like, only scared.
I gotta hear
his
the
shit
whole context of the conversation.
Yeah, I can't.
Why you
can't stand.
Why you don't like Academics?
I don't like Academics. I don't like the way he do too much. He do too much, and he's really girly. And we know Charlamagne is too, but at times Charlamagne is a man, so we can't. At least he has a good balance. Like Academics always a B, so I can't. I can say that, right? Yeah. The Academics always a bitch. So yeah.
You said too hard. That beat was too hard.
No,
I'm about to give you 5 minutes on Twitch, maybe 10.
All right, listen. Snoop Dogg.
I'm gonna get a bottle of Henny and you getting 10 minutes.
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, whatever. Snoop Dogg is victorious because he defeats sexual assault lawsuit. Now, since last year, Snoop Dogg has been battling against sexual assault against Selena Powell. For y'all who don't know, that's the girl who looked like Michael Jackson right before he died. Now, she first opened up the case February 2022. She said she accused Snoop Dogg for forcing her to give him oral sex, right? And then he said she only tried to do that to extort me for money. And so later on in July 2022, she submitted another, she tried to open up another case and she added more charges: sexual assault, sexual battery, and defamation. So then he's been going through this, fighting this for a long time. So, and then she even tried to say that he intimidated her because he posted on Instagram one day, "Gold digger season is here. Be careful, nephews. Keep your guards up." So she tried to have all these cases built up against him, but a California judge dismissed most of the lawsuit because I guess it was baseless or whatever. But they still made it okay for her. Like, she's still in a position where she can refile, right? But he hasn't said anything, and she hasn't yet. But I think
never even heard of this story.
Yeah.
This was a long time ago. Selena Powell's also the one that said that Offset was pregnant at one time.
Yeah.
She's also the one that recently she was wearing Little Meech's chain.
Yeah.
They're saying that she did something else too. It was a couple celebrities.
But
Soldier Boy, wasn't Soldier Boy?
Yeah, it was a lot of guys, not a couple. It's a lot. And what I keep getting upset is these artists, these rappers, like, why y'all keep sticking, why do y'all keep trying to deal with this girl then? Like, y'all keep, because they're dealing with her. She just be lying, exaggerating and stuff, but they are doing something with her. So it is what it is. And she's a white woman too.
She white?
Yeah, I said she looked like Michael Jackson before he died.
Yo, you a stupid.
He looked like a white woman too before he died. Come on now. So yeah, that's it.
All right, and that is Jess with the mess.
Jess with the mess, and her news is real. Allegedly. Allegedly.
All right, Charlamagne, who you giving your donkey to?
Oh man, 4 after the hour, man. We need Daniel Penny to come to the front of the congregation. We like to have a word with him, please.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Our Audible pick of the day is In the Room with Peter Bergen. Go beyond the headlines in this weekly podcast and get the real story from people who were there. Listen when you sign up for a free trial at audible.com/breakfast club.
I was donkey up the day. Made it.
Damn, the hee-haw again.
It's time for donkey of the day.
I ain't trying to be donkey today no more.
They should be embarrassed by what they already did. I'm not making these people do these things.
It's called donkey of the day, and it really caught me off guard.
Damn, Charlamagne, who got the donkey of the day today?
Well, donkey of the day for Tuesday, May 23rd goes to Daniel Penny. If the name sounds familiar, but not really. Daniel Penny is the man charged with second-degree manslaughter in the video recorded subway killing of Jordan Neely earlier this month. Rest in peace to Jordan Neely. Now, look, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. All right, did Daniel Penny kill Jordan Neely? Yes, we saw that on video. It's up to a court of law to determine whether or not what he did was a criminal act. All right, don't be mad at me. That's just the way the law works. So, in a situation like this, I see it, I mind my business, wait for the facts to come out. But Daniel Penny gave his first interview with the New York Post, and I will never understand why it's so hard for people to just shut the F up, okay? Maybe it's the caucasity, maybe it's the unmelanated gall, I don't know what it is that makes someone who has just killed a man in front of the whole world on video feel like they have to have a conversation about it. And if you're going to have a conversation about it, show some empathy for the family and the life you took, show some remorse, but nope! Nobody clearly prepped Daniel Penny on how to do any of those things, and maybe they don't have to because in the eyes of America, this might be an easy call. Daniel Penny, white, male, military veteran, hero, saving people from Jordan Neely, black male, threatening mental health issues. Yeah, we see the narrative that's being painted, and another narrative that's being painted is that Daniel Penny is a racist. And in this interview with the New York Post, he pushed back on the notion that he is indeed a white supremacist. Let's go to Fox News for the report, please.
The Marine veteran accused in the chokehold death of a homeless subway rider breaks his silence. Daniel Penny addressing the incident on the subway that is now has him facing second-degree manslaughter charges, telling the New York Post, quote, "This had nothing to do with race. I judge a person based on their character. I'm not a white supremacist. I mean, it's a little bit comical. Everybody who's ever met me can tell you. I love all people. I love all cultures. You can tell by my past in all of my travels and adventures around the world. I was actually planning a road trip through Africa before this happened."
Daniel, your penny got a hole in it. Okay? You sound hopeless. Word to Dion Farris. All the uncles and aunties know who that is. All you youngins, Google it. Here's some words you don't use to describe a murder. Okay? When you are charged with manslaughter, comical. Okay, Daniel Penny said it's a little bit comical to call him a racist. Daniel, I don't know if you're a racist or not, but you have to understand that some people are trying to figure out why you would just strangle a man on the subway, okay? And a white man doing that to a black man in America, we are always going to go to race first. So it's not comical to think you're a racist. It's context. Okay, historical context at that. Blame your ancestors and racist peers for people jumping to that conclusion, but that's not even the reason you're getting donkey today. I mean, personally, you could have just left it at, I'm not racist. I love all people. I love all cultures, but no. Did y'all catch it? The reason why he couldn't be racist? Listen to this one again.
I'm not a white supremacist. I mean, it's a little bit comical. Everybody who's ever met me can tell you. I love all people. I love all cultures. You can tell by my past in all of my travels and adventures around the world. I was actually planning a road trip through Africa before this happened.
I was actually planning a road trip through Africa before this happened. Now that's comical, okay? A road trip through Africa. White people going to Africa is what makes them less racist. Daniel Penny, do you know anything about the European colonization of Africa? I mean, what do you want to call it? The scramble for Africa, the partition of Africa, the conquest of Africa, whatever you want to call it. It was the invasion and colonization of most of Africa by seven Western European powers. So a white man visiting Africa doesn't mean they have tolerance for black people, okay? Planning to go to Africa doesn't in any way mean you don't suffer from white supremacy or racism. That's like saying a man isn't fat because he goes to Whole Foods. Okay, fat people have access to Whole Foods like racists have access to Africa. Okay, what's next, Daniel Penny? You going to tell us that some of your best friends are black? You going to tell us you voted for Barack Obama twice? Oh, Black Panther's your favorite movie too, Daniel Penny, huh? You cried when T'Challa and Queen Ramonda died. And for the record, I'm not saying Daniel Penny is racist. I have no idea what this man believes in his heart. I just know that this is absolutely from the some of my best friends are black playbook. And another example of how we can't have real conversations about race. Okay, I think white people like Daniel Penny have superficial relationships with black people, and he doesn't even understand how race plays out in a black person's daily life. If he did, he would probably understand why folks are calling him a racist for strangling a black man to death on a train. I'm just here to tell y'all this morning that proximity to blackness does not stop white people from doing racist things. I repeat, proximity to blackness does not stop white people from doing racist things. I know New York Post, y'all was trying to humanize Daniel Penny. I get it. But in humanizing him, how about keep him from sounding stupid? Please let Remy Ma give Daniel Penny the biggest ER.
Hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
All right.
Well, thank you for that donkey today.
Yes, indeed.
Shout out to everybody on BET. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you, BET.
All right, now.
Jess has a dilemma.
Jess has some mess.
I don't know if this is mess. She's got a dilemma.
So what's the situation, Jess?
Okay, so look, right. So I do this segment called Jess with the Mess, and somebody wrote
Where you do it at?
On Carefully Reckless, my podcast, which is on the Black Effect under iHeartRadio. Thank you, Charlamagne.
Hey.
I like that. I like how you toss that over here. All right. Now, I had somebody that wrote me that said they're in a relationship with someone.
In a relationship,
and their current man had a previous relationship that he was in. He was attached to a child in that relationship. Now the child,
is it his child or no?
No, it's not. It's not his biological child, and the child even knows her dad.
Okay,
and her dad is in her life. You know, not the best dad, but nevertheless, still knows
dad's in her life.
Dad's in her life, right? Now, when he was with this girl, he did a lot for the girl. He built a bond with the child. They were only together for maybe like a year and a half or so, but he was very drawn to this child. And even with them breaking up, he goes to like her graduations and stuff like that. And the girl that wrote me, she has a problem with it because he has a problem with the bond that her and her baby father have. And apparently her and her baby father are like me and Jerome, which is why she first wrote me.
Gotcha.
Yes. And she wants to know, is this a deal breaker? Because she felt like it's manipulative for him, for her current boyfriend, to use the situation. Oh, well, look, I ain't going to stop dealing with my and we can't even say my stepdaughter because you was never married to our mother.
How old is the daughter?
The daughter is like 8 or 9.
Okay,
so she's young, you know, and she's graduating from what's the name and from elementary school. And he was like, I want to go to the graduation, and me and her mother will be standing side by side seeing. I'm like, whoa.
So you basically like, should you stop being cool with your ex and your ex's family for your new man? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it ain't even that. It's just like, because she's saying that he uses it in like a manipulative way, like just whenever
to stay next to her
and her, because he feels like she can't talk to our baby father unless it's about the child. Like they do business together. When I say they're like me and Rome, they're like me and Rome. So they do business together. They're friends. They do talk outside of their child.
Rome is your brother, baby daddy, your baby daddy brother.
That's what it is.
Yes.
And that's it, you know, but her boyfriend has an issue with that. If it ain't about the child, it shouldn't be about nothing. You know, and then he'll even go to far as say, all right, well, look, I'm going to the graduation with my ex to support the daughter.
Well, let's open up the phone lines.
Since you're so cool with your baby father, and you know what I'm saying, why I can't still be.
Well, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Let's ask what your thought is. See, I feel like if the relationship moved on and they only been in a relationship for a year, he's gonna have to wean himself off from that girl, right? Because she's 8 years old. The mom is gonna date other men,
and she knows her father.
And that ain't fair to that child, though.
But that's why I said wean off slowly.
Right?
But she has a dad. Right. You know what I mean? She has a father. That mom is going to be dating other dudes that's going to be in that relationship, and that's going to make his new situation feel a little funny. And also in the other situation, I feel the same way too. Like you can't have an ex that y'all so cool with. It would make me feel away. That's not. I'm your man. That's not your man. That's your baby daddy. Y'all can talk about the kids. Y'all could be cool, but it can't be a whole big happy family like we all live in the same house. Like Will Smith,
you trying to say Jess ain't gonna never find happiness? Cause of wrong?
That is not what he said. That's probably what he think, but he's not. It's not true.
But let's open up the phone line and discuss. 800-585-1051. There's a lot of moving parts in this, so we'll discuss when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Steady calling my phone.
Made it. It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Of course, Jess Hilarious is here. Now, somebody emailed Jess and wanted them to fix their mess. Now, Jess, what was the email? What was the question?
So it was very broad, but basically, this girl has a boyfriend who she has a baby father, and they are somewhat similar to me and Rome's situation. They're very, very cool, close. They do business together, and her boyfriend has a child that he is attached to from a previous relationship. That's not his biological daughter, but he still is very attached to her. They were only in a relationship for a year, and he grew attached to this little girl.
Right.
And he kind of uses that as leverage for the girlfriend being cool with her baby daddy.
And for people who just might be listening to the Breakfast Club, Rome is Jess's baby's father.
Yes.
But they're like brother and sister.
Yes.
That's her baby daddy brother.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So, I mean, I really would say once you break up with the mom, especially that's not your child, you break up with that baby too. They only been together 1 year.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. And the baby got a father.
Yes.
The baby has a father.
Yes.
I'm sure the woman is dating somebody else.
Yes.
So not all three of us going to be at the...
No.
all three of us and the mom gonna be at the graduation. So no, once you break up with that mom, you break up with the baby, especially if it's only been a year. Like you got to let that baby go. That's not your child.
Yeah.
But also in the new situation, I would look at that differently. You got to set boundaries. You just can't.
Absolutely.
You can't. You and your baby father can't be all cool and together and shop. Nah, like this is a new relationship. I respect what y'all have together.
Yeah.
But this ain't this one big family.
And it ain't even no time. A year?
A year.
Like, why? First of all, he shouldn't even be meeting your child after a year. And how you grow a bond with a whole child in a year?
First of all, I can't hide no nigga from my child for a year. Ask you nosy for that.
He grown though.
So but and then the little girl was like 9, 10. You know, she's older. So it's like, yo, all right. Like she already knows her father. She spent the last year with you, 1 year with you, and you kids are very impressionable. You're a good guy. He's good with kids and stuff, and that's cool. But
do you really know a person after a year though to have them around your
right?
turn?
And then why is your mom trying to be the dad collector? This is not what we're gonna do.
Dad collector.
You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna do that. You know. So.
But let's go to the phone line. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Nardo from Valdosta, Georgia.
Hey, what's up, brother? What's your thoughts?
Man, I'll say, I don't feel like that's right because when you're in a relationship and you start something new, you don't want to bring on luggage from the past.
Yeah.
That can tend to rekindle something, you know what I'm saying?
So leave that baggage in the past.
I appreciate that.
Well, y'all be out here breaking up with kids, boy. Y'all cold.
Okay.
Yeah, but she got a dad.
Right.
And now she got a new
has
dad because the mom is dating a new guy.
someone else.
I think Jess is right.
3 dads?
That's a dad collector.
That is a dad collector.
Instead of calling him horse, let's just say dad collector from now on. I like that. It's like
hello, who's this?
This is Chelsea from Run Robbins, Georgia.
Hey, mama, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts are, if she's entering a relationship, she does need to set some boundaries with her baby father. But it also sounds like he's just being petty.
Yeah.
And the only reason he only wants to be around the little girl is because she's around her baby father.
That's what it sounds like, don't it, baby?
And by the way,
it don't even sound like he cares about the little girl. He just wants to piss off his girlfriend.
Yeah.
It sounds like that because she said he uses it as leverage. Yeah.
Because if you love somebody, you accept everything that comes with them, right?
Yeah.
Like if somebody loves Jess, you got to accept the child. They got to accept Rome. They got to accept everybody.
Well, I
that's in
wouldn't
your
say
circle.
accept Rome, yo, because you always make things
That's your baby
sound.
daddy.
But you got to do it. You got to accept Rome. But also, people got to understand if somebody is dating somebody with a baby daddy and the baby daddy's cool. A lot of times the baby daddy's cool because you want as close as normal for the child as possible.
Yeah. And if my child is still underage,
that's right.
I'm gonna be here, bro.
That's right, because you want the child to feel comfortable and be like, no, I can call my mom, I can call my dad. My mom and dad are cool.
That's
I can come to them. Now this new gentleman is here. I got it. He's dating my mom, and I respect him. But you still want to feel as normal as possible.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, my son loves me and his dad's relationship. He loves that.
How does he feel when other guys come around?
He chill. I mean, I don't introduce him to everybody.
You make it seem like guys be coming around all the time. She never said that.
Like, nigga try to act like I'm a dad collector. You're funny.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
She didn't say that.
Everybody don't meet ass. Shut up.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, my name is Tamara.
Hey, Tamara. What's your thoughts, Tamara?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said, what's your thoughts, mama?
You a dad collector?
Okay, so my thoughts are, I definitely think that after only a year and a half of dating someone, that you shouldn't even have a bond with the child.
I agree.
I think a lot of problem with people that are dating that have children is they just introduce their kids to people too soon.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, maybe like a high and by, maybe pass by, but an 8-year-old and a man, like, absolutely not. So he needs to wean himself off, and the mom really should think better next time. Like, you wouldn't have this problem if you wouldn't have introduced your child to him before you really even knew this person.
You preaching.
See, but I kind of disagree, though. Like, if a woman is dating a man and the woman has sole custody of that child, right? So that means if a woman is dating, how first it gets serious and then they start going out a lot. So when I go out a lot, what am I going to leave my son at home? I'm going to leave my son? No. After a while, 6, 7, 8 months, you start taking your child with you because you want to see how that man is with your child. So
that's too soon, man. 6, 7, 8 months.
I disagree with you. I don't think that's too soon.
Nah, you go out a lot, and if you're really into that person, just think about when you started dating your wife. Or I started dating my wife. We were around each other a lot.
Yeah.
And if you have a child, a young child at the time that's 8, 9, you're going to be taking that child to plays and games and this and that.
Because this is not just somebody that you just hitting and missing. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that you may not see yourself with them for the rest of your life, but it's like, oh, all right. I mean, I'm feeling you. Like, this is cool.
That, what you just said is the key, though, Jess. If you don't feel like you're going to be with the person for the rest of your life, you got to get this man some time.
That's why I said I don't introduce everybody to Ash. But when I feel like okay, this is like something, and you giving me butterflies, and I'm actually talking to people about you, I do feel like there is something, So when a girl gets that feeling,
when the last time you felt like this, Jess?
She would,
When was the last time you felt
in
like
a long time. So if she feels like that, right, and she's gonna bring that, I don't think it's wrong with her introducing the
depending on how tight that relationship I'm with you. Yeah,
but it's up to the guy. If it's done,
it's done.
After a year or year and a half, wean yourself off the baby.
I'm with you.
I'm not saying just completely cut yourself out, but wean yourself off, and then even explain to her if you that close with her. Look, your mom collected me. And then that's it. So we done. You gotta be real.
800-585-1051. The question is, what's the question? Break it down again. There's a lot going on.
Oh my God.
Should you stop being cool with your ex and your ex's family for your new man? Or is Jess ever gonna be able to find true happiness because Rome's in her life?
Yo, shut up, man. We'll take your calls when we come back.
It's not about me.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Jess Hilarious is here. Now, if you just joined us, we're asking 800-585-1051. What's the question?
Okay.
There's a lot of moving parts.
So, all right, Charlamagne, what is the question? What would you say?
I thought it was, basically, should you stop being cool with your ex and, your ex's family for your new man?
Do you cut off a child from a previous relationship going into a new relationship if it's not biologically yours?
There you go.
Boom.
There you go.
I think you do, depending on how close you and the child is. So if you raise that child, let's say you've been with that person for 8 to 10 years or a long time.
That's different, though. See how y'all be moving the goalposts?
But that's what I'm saying, because you just can't ask a question. No, but if you ask a question, you got to have boundaries. You got to explain.
Okay.
If it's long time and you raise the child, yes, I think you should still be in that child's life. But if it's only a year, like this situation...
Yeah.
Didn't I just say that last time and y'all disagreed with me?
You did. I didn't disagree. Envy did.
What? I didn't disagree.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You actually did.
No, you said a year was too soon to introduce to the child. I'm like, a year might not be too soon, depending on how.
Keep disagreeing with me. I'm going to throw a car show. Throw my own car show.
Is that what you're going to do?
I know that's right. Y'all better stop with this.
Is that what you're going to do? Well, my car show is this Sunday, by the way, Memphis, May 28th. Kids 5 and under are free. There's going to be cars from Young Dolph, Key Glock, 50 Cent, Bun B, and myself. If you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets now. Can't wait to see you in Memphis.
Yes.
Hey.
All right, now let's get to the phone line. Hello, who's this?
What's up, Envy? Good morning. This is Jay from Macon, Georgia.
Hey, Jay. Talk to us. What's your thoughts?
Okay, so I got two things. First thing is, Jessica, I'm so glad you're on there this morning.
Thank you, girl.
Because you always give good insight.
Thank you, baby.
Number one for Jess, tell your friend that she is a placeholder for him. That dude is still trying to show up for the ex in hopes that she'll see, he's this, he's that type of father to somebody that's not even his real child.
Yep.
And if he doesn't decide to take him back, he's going. Number two, Envy, I know you was the one to answer the phone. The fact that you popped out and said the extremes are either they got to be beefing like Crips and Bloods as baby mama, baby daddy, or the opposite of that is big happy family and everybody living in the same house. There are so many levels between that when it comes to relationships between co-parents. And Jess told you that they have businesses together and things like that, so they can't communicate and have a healthy relationship. One of the biggest things about co-parenting is respect. Yeah. Respect of the other parent, respect of their relationships, and all of that. There's levels to it. It does not mean that they are intimately involved or there's anything going on under the table. There are levels to it. And speaking from a space that you can't talk from because all your kids are with Kia.
Correct.
No, he just can't relate. We can't relate.
No, I can't relate.
Right.
But
neither of y'all can't relate. But y'all also have both stepped out on your wives.
Whoa. You bringing up old stuff for no reason. Why are you bringing up old stuff? Why?
She came with the chopper today.
Why on this fine Tuesday?
She came with the chopper
Why are you
today.
bringing up old stuff, ma'am? Okay, continue.
I'm just saying.
Yes, ma'am.
What's your name?
I'm Jay. Out of Macon. My daughter will be 17 this year.
Yeah.
Me and her dad do business together. We have not had any dealings since I was pregnant with her. And she'll be 17 this year.
That's right.
But there's a mutual respect and understanding that I have for his relationships and situations and that he has for mine as well.
So we do not argue. We don't fight. We don't do any of that.
What does your new man think about it?
He don't have a problem with it because they've been introduced. We spend time together on holidays. All of that. It's no problem. If you create any man that is creating drama and bringing that into my space, my energy, my family, he wouldn't be there anyway.
That's right.
That's right. No, I agree with everything she said.
I'm going to tell you something that's interesting. There's been such a negative narrative around baby mamas and baby daddies that we always expect it to be drama.
Yeah.
So when I see situations like Jess and Rome and how they co-parent so well, I didn't know it was so many people out here co-parenting so well. I'm not even lying to you.
See, but co-parenting is not the problem. Everybody, you have to co-parent. That's not the problem. The problem is when
cordial co-parenting, like actually being friends.
Yeah, that's not the problem. The problem is when I feel like they cross the lines, right? And sometimes I feel like people cross the lines in that situation. Like with the individual that you said, I feel like he's crossing the lines, meaning they only been together a short period of time. There's no reason to still be in that child's life.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
agree.
That child has a father. That child has a new boyfriend that the mom has. So it's to the point now where there's no reason to be there. It's just what makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, in my opinion.
And then also, we not talking about me, girl from Macon, Georgia.
You sure?
Yeah, because you see how she personalized. She was like, Jess, so tell your friend that you and your baby father, like, yo.
It do sound personal, and when you was describing it, you did what you were saying.
My mess. I told you, people write me all the time.
You was slipping up though. You said I wrote myself, and I told myself.
Ain't no slipping up. First of all, I didn't know you stepped out. What's up? What happened with you and the merge? Okay, thank you. So moving on. What's next? Yeah, we know about one person allegations. What about yours? Did you write that in a little book?
I did.
Shooketh one. Okay.
Well, what's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story. I don't know what's the moral of the story, Jess?
Don't use no damn leverage. The moral of the story is, look, everything you do not bring. And then it's kind of hard to say, don't bring baggage from other relationships, because I'm not trying to say anyone's child is baggage. My thing is, I would never say that. The thing is, you have to. Because I'm so conflicted on it. It's like, you have to be open enough to bring all the facts before you get into another relationship. This is what I had going on here. It's going to be hard breaking this bond with this little girl, but you got to be willing to try to do that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you ain't got no kids at all.
Let's say that the situation was with you, right? And you met a new man you loved, but he felt uncomfortable. He felt that you and Rome were too close with each other. Y'all spoke too much because y'all were in a relationship. Y'all did date. Y'all did have sex.
You ain't cutting Rome off.
No, I'm never going to cut Rome off.
Right. But let's say he wanted to set boundaries to make sure he was comfortable.
I do get that. Look, it happened. It happened before. Rome used to call me any time of the night, and I used to answer any time of the night. You know what I mean? Used to have a real bad drinking problem, fall asleep behind the wheel. This ain't nothing that everybody don't know. But like, you know what I mean? So I would go get him. I would send somebody to get him. Just anything. But I was also enabling him a lot, and then just too accessible for him, which also like spoiled them a lot. So I did set boundaries myself, and even it was a guy that was like, yo, this nigga calling you, it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
No, I mean, I feel me and you in bed at 1 o'clock in the morning. So, Rome call you and you go pick him up. I'ma feel away.
No, I never did that, but that's when I did set the boundaries. When this guy did say, yo, this is a lot. And I'm like, all right, you're right. So no, Rome, don't call me at the 9. Don't call me after that. Even when you called me about advice, I would say just kind of lay off. I'm talking to this guy, and like it's like this. You do cross boundaries, and I let you. I allow you. So it's not all your fault, but we gotta chill.
I understand with the advice thing, but if Rome need help, like he don't want to drink and drive, you gotta go.
Yeah. I have to. Like, you can come with me if you want. You know what I mean? Right. But like, that's my friend, that's my family. Like, it's like it's different.
And if the new man don't understand that, you got to build a wall. You got to build a wall between the new man and the baby daddy.
Don't do it, Jess. Just let it go. Just let it go.
That's setting boundaries. You built it. What are y'all talking about? What's up with y'all, yo?
Just let it go, Jess. Just look at me.
What?
Jess with the mess is up next. We got some rumors.
Yeah, we got some rumors, yo.
We'll get to it next. Just look at me, Jess. Just look at me. Yep. We'll be back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's get to Jess with the mess.
It's Jess with the mess, and my news is real.
Child, the ghetto.
This is the Rumor Report.
So my news is real.
On the Breakfast Club.
Woo, honey, it's ghetto up in here. So, Halle Berry, her and Fantasia star in the What the hell Halle Berry doing? Halle Bailey. I was going to say, Halle Berry can't be in no damn Color Purple, girl.
Why couldn't Halle Berry be in Color Purple?
Yeah, she definitely could have been in Color Purple.
She could have been. It's just some things that, you know how you have those actors that you can't see doing certain things.
Yeah.
Halle Berry, who part would she would play? Real quick, pop in your mind. Color Purple, Halle Berry.
Oh, that's my wife's favorite movie, but I can't think right now.
Right. Ain't nobody losing no children in there.
You was thinking,
look. So it's Halle Bailey.
Oh, Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
Yes,
yeah.
Halle Bailey, her, Fantasia. They star in a Color Purple trailer. Wow. Yesterday,
another Color Purple? They doing?
Another Color Purple.
That's exactly what my wife said yesterday. Why are they remaking Color Purple? They don't need to leave Color Purple alone.
They really do. Yeah. They really, really do. Yesterday, Warner Brothers released the trailer for the Color Purple musical film. Also, Ciara, Daniel Brooks, and Taraji P. Henson will also appear in the film. Ciara, what is you going? Ain't nobody pop locking in no damn Color Purple.
Ciara in the Color Purple?
Ciara's in the Color Purple. Even singing, her little nasally voice, she's so cute. Like, what you going? You too cute to be up in there. I mean, ain't you too cute? But this ain't a movie for no
I think I haven't seen the trailer, but Color Purple is one of those movies that I feel like in 2023 they would water it down a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Listen, Ciara.
Yeah, I don't think they need to do that.
I just think they would water it down. So I can't see a 2023. I don't want a woke version of Color Purple.
Yeah, I don't. Yo.
You want to hear the trailer?
Yeah, let's hear the trailer.
Today, our teacher taught us about a place called Africa. She say our mamas come from Queens over there. That means that we royalty.
Afternoon, I needs me a water.
Even if we have to part, you and me, us have one heart.
Get off my land!
I write you every day.
All I had was my sister.
It's time for you to see the world. There's gonna be some changes made.
Put it on. This ain't me.
Hush. We need to look like we belong. Dear Siri, we are more than just kings and queens.
It's hard.
We are at the center of the universe.
It's hard. You don't want to knock something before you see it, but Color Purple is a classic film.
Yeah.
The bar is so high.
It is.
Like you said, you don't want to knock it, but I just don't feel the pain.
I ain't feel it in that trailer.
I feel the pain.
I tell you that much.
I feel like Little Mermaid.
That's
what I feel like I was
going to see
hearing.
Little Mermaid this weekend.
Oh no, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like this gave us the Little Mermaid, feel in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, I'm excited to see Taraji P. Henson.
She
play
plays
Suge Avery.
Yeah,
I need to see that because she gives it every time.
Absolutely.
She's never disappointed for me. And then Fantasia as Celie.
I can see Fantasia in Color Purple.
Fanny better
she playing Celie?
She playing Celie.
Okay.
She better give me She better give me one of those.
Stupid,
she gonna scream to the kingdom come. I love it. All right, and then this version of the film seems to be focused more on the sisterhood aspect of the story. The film is produced by Oprah. What? Quincy Jones and Steven Spielberg.
That's the original producers, I think.
Yeah, I know, but
I don't know if Oprah was the original.
I thought Oprah was.
I know she acted in it. I don't know if she was an original producer.
She was. I thought it was for that and Beloved. Yeah, produced by Oprah for sure. All right, so we gonna move on. I pray that's great.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
But can nobody sound fake concerned like Jess?
Oh my God! Please don't do that. No, I do. I think it's a great.
Just be like, congratulations!
Oh my God! All right, 6ix9ine immortalized. Wow, with mural in one of Mexico's most dangerous neighborhoods. Okay, so here it went to one of the most notorious cities in Mexico, right? And they call it the Barrio Brava. That's what they call it.
I don't even know what you just said.
Yeah, well, stay away. It's called Barrio Brava.
Jesus.
All right, and that's like a real bad city. That's when it's given like real bad, right? And they have a mural of him. Like they were celebrating him. Like, my God,
a what?
A mural.
Stop playing with her.
What is it called? What y'all say? A mural?
Don't do that.
A mural?
A mural?
It's spelled M-U-R, so it's a mural.
All right,
mural. So they got this big mural up of him, right? And when 6ix9ine got there, like he was mobbed by so many fans, they were showing love or whatever. I think that they were just so happy for him being Mexican that they forgot that he was a snitch.
Nah, he gives money to the communities. He goes out to Mexico. He gives like
that's why
thousands of dollars to the locals, thousands and thousands of dollars to the kids. He gives them hundreds of dollars when he comes out there.
But at the same time, you got the Mexican cartel. You got all these like real notorious
they
Mexicans
don't know.
who know. They know. when he giving money, they probably like, all right, well, you ain't snitch over here, so we cool. But I just didn't think that would be something that they would be okay with. Like, it's some serious gangsters over there, man.
Yeah.
But moving on, Nick Cannon believes Bruno
We gotta do that when we come back. We gotta do that when we come back.
Let me.
All right, go.
I gotta tease it.
All right, go ahead.
No, get it off, Jess.
All right, Nick Cannon believes Bruno Mars has more hits than Beyonce. That's a joke in itself.
That's a damn lie.
What the hell?
And by the way, I don't know if it's a lie or not, but I know it can be proven. I know Beyonce has 30 top 10 hits, 20 as a solo artist, 7 number ones.
Nick is the last person to be talking about a hit. Come on.
And 4 number ones with Destiny's Child. So I'm sure that's something you can actually document.
Nick, no. Nick,
so what are you saying? You saying you tired of Nick Cannon talking about music?
Yes.
You don't want him,
I've always said that.
You don't want him to do music?
We gotta
you don't
go,
want him to talk about music?
We gotta go, guys.
You don't want Nick Cannon to have nothing to do with music.
Just kids.
With
That's
the
what
mess.
East Masters
I agree
are.
with
We gotta
you.
go. We'll be back. It's the Breakfast Club. Come on, let's get to the mix. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Jess Hilarious is here. Jeff Bezos, the world's 3rd richest man. Jess, you had a chance to hook up with him.
Why are we telling this story now at
What?
9 o'clock? We need to wait and save this for tomorrow.
Oh my God, I didn't ever dealt with no damn yo, y'all playing big
What you
game.
mean?
You had a chance to hook up with the 3rd richest man, and he just recently got engaged.
Jeff Bezos try to holler at you?
No, I didn't know. It's still a chance. He just got engaged. He ain't married yet. Shit. Where's that? Where he at?
I need to hear about this tomorrow. Jeff's gonna be back here tomorrow. I need to hear this story.
He be watching this?
We need to put this on prime time.
All right.
We can't do this at 9
He's
o'clock.
worth $140 billion.
I need to hear this story.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we gotta do this tomorrow.
All
Oh
right.
my God.
All right.
I missed the opportunity.
When we come back, we got the positive note. You know, he put a statue of his fiance on there, like I think it's like a $500 million yacht.
He got it.
A statue of a.
Yeah, it's like a statue, see, like a little statue on the front of the yacht.
Oh wow.
That ain't really a wow.
That is a wow. That's a big flex.
I'm gonna tell you why they ain't really a wow. Because he's the 3rd richest man in the world.
That's a wow.
He put a statue on the yacht.
He's supposed to be doing stuff like that. That's Jeff Bezos.
You a hater. That is a wow.
Yo,
that is a wow.
You ain't trying to normalize everything somebody do.
I'm just saying, like, if
That's
like
not normal.
That's normal for him.
Nobody has done that.
Because he's Jeff Bezos. If Jeff Bezos isn't doing extravagant things like that, I'm gonna think something wrong. You know what I mean? That ain't extravagant.
Charlamagne never even heard of anything like that before. He just gotta seem like it's so beneath him, he don't care.
All right, when we come back, we got the positive note. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Jess Hilarious, we appreciate you for joining us. You'll be back tomorrow. And you got shows this weekend, Rhode Island?
Yes, I do. Providence, Rhode Island Comedy Connection, Friday and Saturday. We got 4 shows all together. Get your tickets at JessHilariousOfficial.com. So if you're not doing anything and you're looking for something positive to watch, every Monday night at 8 p.m., Jess Hilarious drops a YouTube series. It's called The More, with my last name, The More You Don't Know. It's like a docu-series of me documenting my life, the other sides of Jess Hilarious. All except the love you're going to be getting. And you might even get a little bit of that.
Are you not going to show your love life?
I might show it. I might not. We don't know. Y'all got to stay tuned to see. First season is already premiered last night at 8 p.m. Y'all watch it. My YouTube channel, Jess Hilarious. It's in my link tree. It's attached to all of my socials. Y'all make sure YouTube is the only place it lives.
All right. And don't forget, this weekend, of course, I'm in Memphis for my car show. Kids 5 and under are free family fun day cars from Dolph, 50, Key Glock, myself, and more. Yo, we should, you said something earlier about South Carolina. Mm-hmm. I want to do a car show in South Carolina, and so many people have been calling me about a car show. I just don't know a space.
Say the word.
We should.
You want to do Columbia? You want to do Charleston? Probably Latson Fairgrounds.
What's the biggest city? Because I would love to do one there.
Biggest city? Charleston is the biggest city.
Where would you do it? Where would you do it? Where's the car coach is the biggest where people will come out?
Oh, they'll come anywhere.
You don't think Charlotte? Well, that's
Charlotte,
North Carolina.
Yeah. People have done car shows in Columbia. They've done car shows in Orangeburg. They do car shows at the Latson Fairground in Charleston.
I got a lot of people,
where you want to do
I got a lot of people from the Carolinas that reached out. I mean, it's crazy because I spoke shout to the baby and the whole baby's camp and all of them because they even told me that the baby has a bunch of cars.
They don't have to drive down to South Carolina.
We ship them down.
South Carolina is a great place to do a car show. People have done car shows historically.
South and North.
I don't know nothing about North Carolina.
Well, the baby's from Charlotte.
Yeah, he's from Charlotte.
He
from North Carolina.
A lot of cars, so yeah, that would be dope.
You gotta figure out what you want to do at Columbia,
we set
Charleston.
It up. Yeah. We set it up. All right, when we come back, it's time for the positive note. You got one for us?
Yes, the positive note is simple, man. Comes from one of my favorite Instagram pages, The Healing Guide. Your character will outweigh any lie told about you because those that know you, know you.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?